Hi, everybody. Gina from Beyond Belly Beads. Yes, you heard it right, Beyond Belly Beads. There's been a lot of changes here. I have rebranded my products and reinvented myself and also changed the name. Well, I should say added a name to the existing belly beads. So yes, it's beyond belly beads. It's beyond anything else that you're going to see. I am creating new things every day, and you're going to see in this video that I have created something really special, and it really hits my heart because, well, as anyone knows, I am a yoga teacher. And affirmations are so important to me on my daily basis. It brings me peace of mind. It brings happiness. So I wanted to create these bracelets with this little booklet that can help you as well. Now, of course, I'm using paper beads, and these, of course, are glass beads. So you're going to see a lot more glass beads in my store. Also, I'm going to show everything that I will be how I'm creating this bracelet. Now, as you can see, it's a paper bead. Now everyone knows me as paper beads and paper bead strips. I will no longer be selling paper strips. I will still be creating them, but making jewelry out of them and just giving you ideas of how you can use your paper beads. But I'm going to be using a lot of glass beads. Now, this is a really, really nice bracelet. I like this. It's very authentic, very natural. As you can see, it's adjustable, and I'm going to show you today how to make it. I've created the adjustable bracelet. I think it just makes it a whole lot easier instead of creating several different bracelets on certain sizes. But this one is I Am Kind, and it comes with a booklet, and this booklet it's almost sacred to me. That I always feel that when I am in my yoga practice and I'm repeating my mantra and my affirmations, it really hits you hard. It makes you happy. It really opens up your heart. So this little booklet guides you through what you should be saying, how to say it, how to create the mantra. You sit in a quiet area, and as you can see, as I'm flipping through these pages, this is what you would do. You just close your eyes and you speak softly, and you keep repeating, I am kind. Say it with feeling. And it goes on. And then at the end is, I got this. And I always found that if you keep repeating to yourself, your subconscious mind is going to know that you've got this. It's going to carry you throughout the day. I am really excited to offer this to everyone. So and it's a little suede um, booklet strap, I should say, and it's like a little hook. You can keep it on your keychain, you can keep it on your handbag, keep it on wherever you want to always hold on to it when you are in need of it. So I really am excited to bring it. And there's so many more. This one's I am blessed. So repeating these affirmations on a daily basis really does uplift that spiritual side of you. And it's made with paper beads. And again, as I mentioned, you can use glass beads, which I will in my future videos. So this one is I am enough. And again, repeating it is so important. Now let's get started. I am using this cotton cord, and this one's already made, but I'm going to undo it and I'm going to show you how to create it. And I have on my table here, I have some other these are other pieces that you can attach. This is all canvas. I've created these. I've also will be offering them on my website, so you can create your own affirmation bracelet. I am healthy. I am kind. And I am healthy, I'm healthy in my mind. I am healthy in whatever I do. And then it would just attach as so, and then placed with an eyelet. And again, I'm going to show you how to do this in another video as far as the booklet is concerned. So we're going to grab some cording. It's just a cotton cording, very thick. I double it. It's about 24 inches. And you go according to what works for you. You're going to have your scissors, and this string is wax string. And I like it because it allows, if there's any friction, having a waxed um, thread helps it, keeps it, maintains it. You're going to need a lighter, and of course you're going to have your paper beads, and you can use glass beads. As you can see, there are yellow ones there, and it's exciting to even get started on this. I'm so excited. These are really tiny beads. These are the ones for the booklets. Now again, as I mentioned, I will show you, whoops, I will show you in another video how to attach that. But I just wanted to get started on the bracelet itself. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the middle. I usually fold it in half and make sure that the ends are together. And that's the middle, because that's where the paper bead is going to be. Now you definitely want a paper bead that has a very large hole. And these are all large holes that I have here. And again, if you don't have any paper beads, you can certainly use a glass bead. But this one, I think I'm going to try to use this one. It is a flatter piece, but again, like I said, see, this is a glass bead. You can use that as well. That looks like a Euro bead. These are my flatter beads. And here's some more other ones that you can use. Black cords. You can even use 3 different types of beads on top of it. Here's another one. Oh, they're my favorite. The purple one's really pretty. It really pops with the black string. The cord, I mean. All right, so let's thread this through. Now, the ends of these cords are very, as you can see, they can shred very quickly. So you want to be careful when you push the cord through the bead. You don't want to have a little piece of it and then pull it, because it will unravel the entire cord. So as you can see, there's just a little bit, see, there's just a little bit, but I have a little trick to this. Let me grab, anything pointy will help. You can just poke it through. So here are my tweezers, and I just very gently poke it through, and then make sure that you push it all through, because if you just pull a little bit of those strings, it's going to unravel, as you can see there. But then you can just go ahead and trim that up and find the middle, and we've got the middle. All right, so now here we're going to make the knots to make sure that the bead does not come off. And you're just going to make a regular knot, but when you make this knot, you want to make it where you're pushing. Once you've created the knot, you want to push it towards the bead, because then the bead will not be directly in the middle if you're just making the knot and pulling it. So just very gently hold it with your left hand. Always ensure that it's still in the middle, and just keep pushing it towards. This has a lot to do with, I don't know if anyone's ever done knotting with beads, like making rosary beads. It's the same technique. So you want to go ahead and make that knot, and then you want to go ahead and, you don't want to pull the one string, you want to push with your, see how I have my finger and it's pushing the one part of the cord, and my thumb is pushing the other side, so it's not going to wind up at the end of the cord. It's going all towards the bead. So that's what you want to do. You want to push towards the bead, and once you've done that, you want to secure it and just keep fixing it until you have a nice bead in the middle. And there you go. That's a really pretty bead, and I like this one most of all. So now, as you can see, we can make knots, but I'm going to show you how to adhere and wrap the string, the wax string, so it can become adjustable. Now again, you can do this however you like. This is the way I do it. You can wrap it around your arm, but I usually find if I just crisscross them, and I've done so many of these, so I know where the spot is to wrap the wax cord around it. So it's right about there. Because remember, when you wrap it around your arm, you want to give it some leeway to pull it, so you can pull it off and then tighten it by pulling on the two ends. So it's going to be right about there. And I'm going to get some wax cord. Now, I'm very generous with this. So it's about 24 inches I have. But again, like I said, if you don't want to be wasteful, just make sure that you have a good bit. And you can play around with this because a lot of people do make knots and wrap this differently. This is how I do it. So then you can find your own way. Whoops, let me, trying to get a little, oh, that's too close, sorry. Trying to get a little closer. I want you to really take note of the way I wrap this. So I'm going to get my wax cord and I'm going to double it. I'm going to get the two ends together. And I have like a little loop at the end. All right, so there's my loop. I'm going to place it underneath of the crisscross cord bracelet. I'm going to grab the ends of the silk or the wax string, and I'm going to put it right through, there you go, right through that little loop. Now, be also mindful, this wax cord is a little cumbersome to work with in the beginning. It gets a little stuck on your fingers because it has that film of wax on it. But once you get the hang of it, it'll go by really quick. Now, I like wrapping, everybody wraps differently. I like wrapping it this way. I keep doing the same method. Okay, so I put it underneath of it and then I go through the loop again because it creates these little knots like in a row. And there are other ways too when you have, I've actually laced up different types of bracelets and did it differently. And you want to make sure that, see how I'm very particular when it comes to this. I don't like that there's a little bit of a loop in there, but I'm going to continue going and I'm going to see if it fixes itself. So you want to, once you've, let me take this out for a minute. Once you've placed it through the loop, you want to pull on both of the wax string, but you don't want to pull it too tight. All right, so I kind of fixed it, but I'm not sure. I might have to take it apart again, but hey, this is what mistakes are made for. I don't edit any of my my videos. All right, so I made a loop and I pulled it through once again, and I'm gently pushing it up and gently pulling both of the strings of the waxed cord. Now I'm already seeing that there's something I don't like about this. There is it looks like it's I'm going to try to pull both of them. See how I'm pulling both of them? So that is bothering me. So I think what I'm going to do is take it apart. That's one thing about my bracelets and any pieces of jewelry that I create. I don't want it to ever come back where a customer says, it came apart, it's all unraveling. That's not, no. There's got to be high quality and sturdiness and durability within all my bracelets and any pieces of jewelry that I create. So I'm just going to take this out, no issues. The wax cord does make it difficult to unravel, so that's why I had to get my tweezers. So just be careful. But to correct this, you really need to pull both of, what I didn't do was I didn't pull both of the strings in the beginning. See how I pulled them, and now they're both the same way. They're both nice and snug in there. So there we go. Again, I'm going to place another loop, put it through, and again, this part is very easy. It's just that you have to be mindful of pulling both strings, not too tight, because then you're not going to be able to make the adjustments when you place it on your arm. But see, I like that. That's much better. Much better. I have to make sure that my pieces are durable, reliable, and they look pretty. So there we go again. Now you can stop at this point if you want, but I think I'm going to go on and just make a few more. And again, gently pushing and pulling, pushing it towards the cord and pulling the cord. See how nicely that's done? And that's how it should look. It's exactly how I like it. And you make minor adjustments along the way, and you want to take your time. So at that point, I think I'm going to make one more. Let's see. You want to make a loop and then just go underneath of the bracelet and pull it towards the outer part. And again, see the big loop? You want to pull the cords and fix them. And again, I'm doing this in the air, so it is kind of, to show you on video, it is difficult. When I have it placed on the table, it's much easier. It doesn't give me this much trouble. All right, so then you're going to go ahead and fix that. Now see how the knots are just on one side? This is the way I like to knot my bracelets. It just makes it more of an even look. But again, you do what makes you happy and how you want your own bracelets to look. So then at this point, I just keep tugging away and I keep looking at how many more I'm going to do. And I think I'm good with it. So at this point, I'm just going to snip it. And don't worry, it will not unravel. This is wax cord. This is a really nice cord to work with. But we're also going to ensure it by placing a flame to the edges that tightens it up, and then patting it like that dry, just like that. So the flame mixed with, burning it, the wax, it ensures the knot. It keeps it steady. It kind of almost acts as an adhesive. So that's what I love about these cords. All right, so now we have the end cords. We can do so many things with them. But this is how I usually, try out my bracelets, pull them to make sure everything looks good and everything looks great. So now this is the point where I either cut the cords off really short or add another bead to the bottoms of it. But then I look at it and I think once it's tight on your arm, you don't want too much hanging unless that's what you like. I usually halfway up, I will knot them as so. And you can also add a bead to that and then knot it. There's so many variables that you can play with if you want some beads hanging. And at this point, I like to just cut it off the edges. Now, I could cut a little closer, but I'm going to see what this looks like right now. And as you can see, this is where the knots are. See, I could cut a little closer and then fray the ends. So I'll show you. Cut a little closer to the knot and then just fray the ends. It looks very beachy, like I belong on the beach. I love these. I love these bracelets. All right. So there you go. There is the paper bead, little affirmation bracelet. And again, that's a paper bead. You can use glass beads, anything that you want. You can even hang beads from the little tails on it, which would be kind of neat. But it's comfortable, and that's what I like. And it's just one bead, and it really does make a statement. And while you wear this, you can recite in your little book the affirmations. And I just think that it's a fun way of doing it. Now, you can attach the other piece to it with the eyelet, as you can see on there. I didn't do it in this video because I didn't want it to be longer than it was. But in another video, I'll show you how to attach. Now, I use these eyelets, and I actually got the idea from my junk journaling. So if you are not familiar, I also have another YouTube video that is called Nostalgia Narratives, and I'll link everything in the link below. And if you can show some love to that channel, I would be so grateful. But again, I also have a new website. I will link everything below. And I hope that you find these as peaceful and it brings you love and light as it did me. And I use these every day. So again, paper beads you can use. You can use just about anything you like. The glass beads. But in my new shop, I also will be carrying these glass beads. I will be carrying mala necklaces, keychains, all kinds of things. So everybody seems to enjoy these bracelets that I made, that I've created, and I hope that you do too. And as always, remember, make it a creative day.